Hey travelers. Okay, a couple of days ago, the CDC released new requirements for anybody entering the United States by air from a foreign country. This includes Americans who are out of the country on vacation. The new requirement states that you must have a negative COVID test within 72 hours of boarding your flight. Well, everybody was in a tizzy. I posted a video letting you know about the new requirement, but we really didn't have a lot of information. Now we have a little bit more, and the resorts of the Caribbean and Mexico, which is where most people are traveling right now because those are the few places that we can travel, have started to come out, and most major resort chains are offering free testing on site. And that is great news because who wants to go to a Mexican or a Jamaican or St. Lucian lab, someplace you don't know how the system works? That's scary. So having it on site is convenient and should go a long way toward making you more comfortable. However, there are 3 questions that you need to ask in addition to, does my resort have testing on site? You need to ask 3 questions before you decide to book a trip or before you decide to keep the trip you already have booked. And here are the 3 questions. 1, how much does the test cost? A lot of people are assuming that if the test is administered on the resort property that it's free. This is not true. Many resorts are offering them for free, but not all. I have seen prices as high as $270 per person for the test. That could get really expensive if you're traveling with a family. So be sure to ask how much the test will cost. Not only are they offering the test at my resort. 2, what happens if you test positive? Where will you quarantine? Will the resort allow you to quarantine on property, stay in your room, bring your room service meals? Or will you have to go to a government-run quarantine center? Those are really different scenarios, and you need to know that. Now, the chances of testing positive are pretty slim, especially in places where you had to test negative just to go there. There's not a lot of time to get infected. It's possible, but the chances are pretty low. But what if you do test positive? What if you test positive and your partner doesn't? What happens? Where do you have to quarantine? And the 3rd question, how much would quarantine cost? Again, everybody is kind of assuming that if the resort will allow you to quarantine on resort, that it's free. No, some resorts are offering it for free. Some resorts are offering insurance that would cover the cost. This is what Sandals and Beaches are doing. They're offering you a free insurance policy that would cover the cost. And other resorts are just offering you a discounted rate, or in some cases no discount, but most a discount. But it's not necessarily free, and that's my point. So if you just assume that it is, you could end up with a seriously big bill out of pocket. So you need to know, what is the cost of quarantining? So now, should you travel? I don't know. I don't think you should let this new CDC requirement necessarily be the thing that makes you not travel, but you do want to make sure you're fully informed before you make a decision. So remember, you want a resort that does offer the test on property. You need to know, is that test free or is there a cost involved? And if so, what is the cost? You need to know, if you test positive, where can you quarantine? Can you stay on the resort or do you have to go somewhere else? And finally, if you need to quarantine, what would the cost be to you? These are really important questions for anybody considering traveling right now. And if you need any more information, you should definitely go back to your travel agent, or I'm happy to answer questions where I can. You can reach me at Christine@moderntravelpros.com, or you can text me at 804-833-8050. This is why you book with a trusted travel agent, because we know how to keep you safe and how to ensure that you get the vacation you want without a surprise bill at the end. Until next time, stay safe and happy travels.